Hi, I'm Kim, a bilingual Spanish librarian at Multnomah County Library, and this is another Novelties 2021 video. The topic of today's Novelties is We Matter, Identity-Affirming Stories. These books have characters learning to celebrate their own identities and cultures. If you'd like to find the books and websites mentioned today, the links are included in the description of this video. Our featured book is Can You See Me by Libby Scott and Rebecca Westcott. On the cover there is a girl on the right with her hand on her hip. Her shirt blends in with the white tiger print background. There is a caption on the left that says, "If the world doesn't see you, show them." Tally is an autistic girl who is about to start 6th grade. Besides her sister Nellie, the only other person at school who knows Tally is autistic is her best friend Layla. But their friendship doesn't feel the same. Tally has heard some pretty scary things about middle school, like about how someone might flush her head in the toilet or how some of the kids make fun of people who are different. Kids like Luke, who knows exactly what to call Tally to make her feel bad. So Tally is going to try masking to hide her autism, meaning she is going to try to hide her neurodiverse behaviors while forcing some neurotypical ones. But that's really hard because her autism is a part of her, and it hurts her not to be able to tell people how she really feels, or to express herself in ways that are most comfortable for her. As she secretly starts giving her drama teacher some top tips to help Tally feel more included at school, she discovers that her tips can help other students too. The story switches between third-person narration following Tally and diary entries written by Tally herself, where she describes the day in her own words and gives her own autism facts. Tally points out that she is not saying she's an expert on what it's like for all autistic people, but she is an expert on what life is like for herself. She states no two people will be autistic in exactly the same way, and shows the importance of listening to different autistic people to understand how each person wants to be treated. Can You See Me is written by Libby Scott, a young autistic writer and autism advocate, and Rebecca Westcott, a teacher and special educational needs coordinator. Discussion questions for Can You See Me? Tiger mask. When Tally feels overwhelmed, she finds protection in her tiger mask and as Tiger Girl. What is it about the mask that helps Tally? How is it similar to her masking? How is it different? Rupert the dog. Tally immediately is drawn to her neighbor's dog, Rupert, when he starts staying at her house. What is it about Rupert that she is drawn to? How does her own experiences influence how she treats Rupert? Tally's top tips and diary. Tally shares her experiences with autism in her diary and shares her top tips with Miss Jarman at school. How does sharing her top tips help her and her classmates? How does her diary help you understand Tally more? A few more web resources to explore this story. Watch the interview with Libby Scott and Rebecca Westcott about this story, presented by Scholastic UK. What is Autism? By Autism Society of Oregon. Here a few people talk about what autism is and what it means to them. How to Be a Self-Advocate, The Awesome Mary Show. Watch Mary White interview Karen Korb to talk about self-advocacy and how important it is for each person, especially people with disabilities. The Henna Wars by Adiba Jaigardar. On the cover there is a Bengali Muslim Irish girl looking at a Brazilian Irish girl. Their hands are reaching for each other, and each of their hands are covered in henna. Nishat has just come out as a lesbian to her parents. When she overhears them talking about how they'll just have to wait until she changes her mind about her sexuality, Nishat understands that she'll have to stay in the closet longer. But when Flavia, a classmate Nishat hasn't seen for years, transfers to Nishat's school, things become more complicated. With the looks they give and the way they talk to each other, is it Nishat's imagination, or is Flavia romantically interested in her too? Their budding relationship hits a snag when the school throws a business competition, and both Nishat and Flavia want to do their own henna businesses. This starts a conversation about cultural appropriation, especially in a school where Nishat's Bengali Muslim culture is regularly discriminated. With everything that is going on, what Nishat wants more than anything else in the world is to feel like being herself isn't something that should be hidden in a secret. With her little sister Prishti's help, Nishat fights to be her authentic self in a story about self-determination, intersectionality, cultural expression, and a first romance after coming out. The Deep and Dark Blue, written and illustrated by Nikki Smith. On the cover to the left, there is a girl in a blue dress weaving a blue thread. On the right is her brother with a white shirt and black pants, holding a sword. In the background, there is a large blue and blank scroll. The twins are surrounded by pink and red flames. After a coup by their cousin Morel, twins Hawk and Grayson, two of the last remaining heirs to House Sunderley, must disguise themselves as Hannah and Grace and hide with the Communion of Blue, an order of women that spins air, water, and elements that hold the world together. After learning that Morel is plotting to take over House Sunderley for her own schemes, Hawk and Grace realize they must stop her before her coronation. While Hawk is eager to return to his old life, Grace finds that she feels like her true self within the Communion of Blue. Will Hawk and Grace be able to stop Morel before it's too late? Will Grace be able to protect the house without sacrificing herself and her place within the communion? Read this graphic novel to find out. Love is a Revolution by Renee Watson. On the cover in the center, there is a black teenage girl in braids and a yellow shirt. In the four corners around her, there is a sequence that shows that same girl through the stages of a relationship with a black teenage boy in a black shirt. The upper left corner shows them catching each other's eyes. The upper right corner shows them holding hands. In the lower left corner, it shows them talking to each other as they sit together on a bench. In the lower right corner, it shows them sadly walking away from each other. It's the summer before Nala's senior year, and she wants to do 3 things: find a new hairstyle, find time to speak with her cousin-sister friend Imani, and find love. When Imani makes Nala go to a talent show being held by Inspire Harlem, the social justice youth group Imani works hard for but that Nala doesn't click with, Nala isn't very excited. But then she meets Ty. That's when Nala starts lying about who she is to impress Ty. She tells him she's vegetarian even though she doesn't really understand what vegetarians eat. She starts wearing her hair differently for him. She exaggerates her visits to her grandma and grandma's friends as a senior volunteer program at the retirement home. But she also shares her truths, like how much she cares about making time for joy, that she loves her body, and how much family means to her, even if things with her mom are strained right now while Nala lives with Imani, Aunt Ebony, and Uncle Randy. Once the lies start to catch up to her, Nala is worried she will lose Ty, Imani, Grandma, and maybe even herself. Will Nala be able to come back to herself, find her confidence, and learn that self-love is radical love? Read Love is a Revolution to find out. Thank you for watching another Novelties 2021 video. In the description of this video, you'll find links to a full list of the titles from all the Novelties videos, our other school corps presentations, and book discussion tips from Multnomah County Library. There is also a link to an evaluation where you can let us know what you think of these videos. We always appreciate hearing your thoughts and how we can improve. Finally, there is a link where you can find out more about School Corps, who we are, and what we can do for you. Thank you again for watching.